In this episode of Silver Spoon, we take you to Cafe Wellbeing, Chandigarh's latest address for healthy food. Let's check it out. Pizza treat, but we are not going to talk about pizza today. We will be talking about fermented food. Talking about fermented food, today is special with nachos, with fermented salsa, probiotic salad, desi chicken curry. But we are going to concentrate on fermented food only. Meet Pooja Agarwal. She is the co-founder of Cafe Wellbeing. Welcome to the show, Pooja.
Thank you so much.
Okay, tell me how in this land of butter chicken you chose fermented food. Was it a big risk?
So my introduction to fermentation was few years ago through a friend, and then when I tasted her ferments, they were completely, very delicious. So I was just fascinated how simple foods can be converted into something so nutritious.
Right.
Then I thought, why not introduce it in our own land through
Yeah,
our cafes? Yes, I think it's not a risk, but a balance, because already the food that we eat here, it's so spicy, so oily, which disrupts the internal balance.
Right.
Whereas fermented food just replenishes, just replenishes everything. It supports your gut flora.
Yeah.
So it's a balance that I feel it's gonna be created.
Well, the best part about Pooja is she is not just offering healthy food to City Beautiful, but she is sensitizing us. She's making people aware about her fermented food through her workshops, right, Pooja?
Yes.
So, can you tell me what are all these booklets about?
So I always believe that sharing is growing. So once I have come so far with my kombuchas and other fermented stuff, so I thought, why not open it to a larger community? So we
Right.
started these series of workshops on
Right.
which are very hands-on, where people can come learn how to incorporate
Okay.
fermentation in their daily life using very local ingredients
And you have
available.
given recipes also.
Yeah, so these are
Right.
my tested and tried recipes, which
Wow.
I have, tried to share with people. Whoever has attended the workshops might have gotten all these. These are with drinks, sauerkraut, kimchi, salsas, and many ferments that we have covered.
Wonderful. So, will you show our viewers a few specialty of yours?
Yes, why not? Let's go.
So, what are you going to show us today?
So we're gonna make a sauerkraut. So
Okay.
sauerkraut normally we understand as cabbage and salt,
Ah.
but we are gonna do a very lovely variation, a tropical variation
Okay.
with pineapple.
Ah,
And
wow.
then you're gonna taste it as well.
Lovely.
Yes.
I look forward. So, this is our workstation today.
Yes.
Lots of color and
Yes.
yeah,
It looks so vibrant already.
yeah, it does. So, what do you all have?
So we are going to make a variation of sauerkraut. Sauerkraut, as we understand, it's just cabbage and salt in the layman language. But today we are going to do a very nice tropical variation of the same
Yeah,
using
yeah.
pineapple with
Right.
our cabbage.
Okay.
So we're going to use some green cabbage
Yes.
and some pineapples. We have some chopped pineapples here.
Right.
And then a little bit of ginger we're going to add,
Okay.
and some turmeric,
Okay.
and a little bit of punch with the chili flakes.
Okay. Fine.
So that's the recipe,
Uh-huh.
and then we're gonna make it now.
Sounds simple, but yeah.
So let's go ahead.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a nice tender green cabbage, and then we're gonna peel off the leaves. We have to reserve these leaves as we might need them. We will need them later. So we're just gonna keep them
Okay.
aside. So the size of the chopping can be slices, dices, any juliennes, whatever. It's your choice.
All right.
Yeah. So we are roughly gonna take 500 grams of cabbage.
Okay. Cabbage is ready now.
Yes. So here we have roughly 500 grams of cabbage,
Yes.
and then we are gonna put it in a larger bowl. So we need to weigh everything, because salt is the main ingredient of fermentation, and we need to put salt by the weight of all of your vegetables.
Right.
So there's a general formula that 1.5% to 3% of salt is generally what you have to add.
Okay.
So whatever is the weight of your veggies, you just calculate 2%. That is, I take a medium range. 2% of salt works well for all kinds of vegetables.
So you mean your maths also has to be good, right?
It's a part. If you are not good at it, please follow the recipe as I'm telling you. Yeah. So this is 500 grams of cabbage and roughly 20% of pineapple. So we already have saved labor. We have chopped pineapple, sliced
Okay.
pineapple here. So we're gonna add around 150 grams of pineapple. First, we're gonna add salt to our cabbage. Since it was 500 grams plus 100 grams of pineapple, 150 grams roughly.
Okay.
So around 12 grams of salt would do. So as it comes for salt, you can use any kind of salt, but avoid a salt which has iodine in it, because basically it's devoid of any mineral content, and what we are looking is something which is naturally has minerals, like a sea salt, like a Maldon sea flakes or kosher sea salt, any kosher salt, any salt you can take.
Alright, so we're using pink salt now.
Yes, so I'm going to use sea salt. We also have pink salt here.
Okay.
I'm going to use a sea salt which is in the form of flakes. So 12 grams of salt I'm measuring
Okay.
and adding it.
So this will dissolve?
Yes, so basically you just mix it nicely. It's a fun activity. If kids want to make it, it's really nice, and it helps you release so many emotions. Kids will love to do it. So for mamas, it's quite easy to make the recipe. Chop the vegetables, add salt and give it to your kids. They're gonna love this part of the recipe.
Wonderful.
That's it. Now we're gonna add the pineapple to it. So my recipe calls for a ginger. So I'm gonna add a little bit of ginger. It can be added to the taste. Otherwise, it's just 2%, like 10 grams of ginger would suffice in the recipe. You can eyeball it as well. So to add a little bit of vibe to it, I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. If it's winter season and you're lucky enough to have hold on fresh turmeric, you can add that as well.
Okay, that you have to crush and put?
Again, it's like ginger only.
Okay.
So you can just grate it and add
Grate
it.
it.
And you can wear gloves while grating it, because it's gonna make your hands yellow, completely yellow. So to add a little bit of punch, I'm gonna add a little bit chili flakes. Because it's a tropical recipe, pineapple and chilies go very well. So it's mentioned in the recipe, but it can be added to taste. How spicy you may like it, you can add it.
Okay, Pooja, what is the significance of putting only that much amount of salt in this?
So basically, salt has a very important role in fermentation. It draws out water from the vegetables through osmosis, and then it helps to maintain the crunch, and it also slowers the fermentation.
Okay.
So if that is the range which is ideal for the lactic acid bacteria, the fermentation that we want.
Okay.
That is the ideal percentage which we can create a nice environment, brine solution for the bacteria to thrive.
Okay.
So if you put less salt, supposingly you say, like my mother-in-law, she doesn't like to eat salt much. She says salt zyada hai, salt zyada hai.
Yeah.
But if you put less salt, salt, it will turn the vegetables mushy.
Okay.
Your vegetables won't stay crunchy. Otherwise, these sauerkrauts can last you easily in the fridge for 1 year, 2 years. Nothing will happen to them.
Okay.
They might become a
salt
little
is
sour with time.
Yeah, right.
But the crunch will be maintained. I'm gonna soon show you my ferments, which are like, some are like 6 months also.
Okay.
So you can taste them yourself and see how crunchy they are.
Okay.
So that's the ideal range that has been discovered, I must
So
say.
it plays a very important role in
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
right?
it has a very important
Not
role.
just taste, but
Yes,
there
yes.
are lots of science behind it.
Yes, I think fermentation is a science.
It is.
We are trying to control the microbes which we can't see. We are trying to make them work for us in a very controlled environment. Temperature plays a role, salt plays a role, everything plays a
Tell
role.
me one thing, there's a very thin line between fermentation and rotting.
Yeah.
So when do we know the one process has stopped and the other process has started?
So the best guide is your sense, your intuition.
Okay.
After you follow all the controlled environment things, you just you have to taste your ferments after the given time.
Okay.
So if you feel it's not very pleasant, like the bacteria has overdone the work,
Yeah,
you were not on time
Right.
to check them, then they might produce more of the lactic acid. Then the taste wouldn't be as pleasant as you like it. So as I said, fermentation is a very controlled thing.
So you have to keep tab on.
Yes, keep
each,
tab. Like I say,
step.
it's very temperature dependent.
Yeah,
In
okay.
summers, your sauerkraut will be ready in 1 or 2 days on the kitchen counter.
Okay.
But in winters, the same sauerkraut might take like a week to get ready.
Okay. And it's kept in the normal temperature.
Yeah, room temperature. Always you can't like you have to maintain. You have to keep them on your kitchen shelf, where whichever is the coldest spot.
Okay.
But in winters,
Okay.
whichever is the hottest or the warmest spot.
Light plays a role.
No, light. This bacteria doesn't like light.
Okay.
It's quietly working bacteria, which will be stay safe on your kitchen counter. Any
I like this
content.
bacteria. What it is called?
It's a very very quietly working bacteria.
Ready to ferment?
So yeah,
The process
now
has started already.
yes. Now we have to just put it in a jar.
Uh-huh.
Whatever jars you have you have at your home, just don't discard any of the glass jars. Everything will be put to use. And you need some fermentation weight, because these ferments need to be submerged in their own brine, in their juices that they're going to release. So these are the stones that I use.
That's what I was wondering. What it is for?
Whenever I go to the riverside, any picnics or any kind of walks, so I keep collecting these nice stones, which really serve a good purpose of pressing the vegetables down. So the idea is, we want to cut off all the oxygen supply, and we want to submerge the vegetables in their own juices. So these give you a very good support. Otherwise, you have to buy glass weights, which are available on Amazon, but quite expensive. So beginners, you must try using these stones, which are very handy. So these are canning funnels, which are very easily available on Amazon as well, but you can do them without it also.
The next step is?
So we have to keep pressing so
Yeah.
that it is pushing the air out.
Okay.
We don't want the air.
Uh-huh.
So as you see, everything has fitted well,
Yeah.
but it is yet to release water.
Hmm.
So let's just wait for maybe 1 hour, everything will ooze out water. But
Okay.
till then, we'll just cover our ferment with a leaf, and the leaf
Okay,
that
this
we
is
had.
where
Yes.
it comes in handy now.
So it's a very good for covering.
Okay.
So after an hour, it's going to release water, and you have to keep checking it.
Uh-huh.
So that is where the stones
Now
come
the
in.
stones, yeah.
You just,
Interesting.
and then just close.
So it stays in the kitchen
Yes.
shelf for 2 days.
Yeah, it does. So you have to, initially what happens, there's a little bit of carbon dioxide also released by the bacteria.
Okay.
So you have to just burp your ferments.
Oh.
Just open the lid and close it. This
Okay.
process is called burping. It is just to avoid any kind of some explosion. Normally it doesn't happen. The amount is not that much,
Right.
but your brine might ooze out. So that's a process you need to do it.
Okay.
And then after 1 hour, we're gonna check. It's gonna be filled with water. So, and another thing is, always label your ferments. A masking tape and a marker, it's very handy. Just label your ferments, whatever you have made. Pineapple sauerkraut is the recipe that we are making. I'm gonna label it with date, and then just keep it aside on the counter.
Our fermentation is resting.
Yes, it has
and-
started already. I
Yeah.
think. Yes.
Now we are going to assemble the salad.
Yes, I'm going to talk how we can use these ferments in our day-to-day life, how you can, enhance your lunch platters with
Right.
all the ferments that are sitting in your fridge. So these are like cabbage, carrot, pepper and salt, just a basic sauerkraut.
Okay.
And then we have mixed 2 cabbages,
Mhm.
the green one and,
And
the
the
purple one,
purple one,
and
yeah.
a little bit of carrot and
Yeah.
ginger.
Okay.
So you get a different taste.
Okay.
So that's the variation of the same sauerkraut.
Uh-huh.
As you will taste, it will completely different taste.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's up to you. Your kitchen, I mean, it's a library of so many books. Everything has its own taste, and will add to your
Yeah,
recipe.
and I love the color. The color
See,
variation is
so
also
it's such a
like so-
colorful
Yeah.
ferment. And then this again, it has cabbage, beetroot, and I added some dill leaves.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and some fennel.
All right.
and little bit of orange peel, orange zest. Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it has again given it a very different
Mhm.
flavor. So this is the same, the pineapple sauerkraut that we have
Okay.
made today.
Okay.
So this is
Is there any restrictions on which, like, vegetable goes for good for fermentation, which is not?
no.
Anything can
Yes,
be
you'll be
fermented.
surprised to know that there is no restriction.
Okay.
The I think sky is the limit.
Okay.
Yes.
So anything can be
Anything
fermented.
from everything can be fermented. You
Great.
just have to keep experimenting, keep experimenting,
Trial
keep
and
the
error, yeah.
enthusiasm on. I mean, I have had my share of failures. Like I don't deny them,
Mhm.
but then it's a part of your journey.
Yeah.
Yes. So these are again a variety of ferments,
Uh-huh.
and then I can just tell you that you can add. You have lots of spices in your kitchen. Cabbage, salt is the basic. You
Yeah.
can add carrots. You can add ajwain. You can add
Okay.
jeera.
Okay.
You can add mustard seeds. You can add maybe anything that's lying in your kitchen.
To the ferment.
Yes, to the
Okay.
ferment. Bay
Okay.
leaves, peppercorns,
Okay.
red peppercorns, Szechuan pepper,
Uh-huh.
anything that you wish
to
to add,
spice it
just
up.
add.
Yeah.
And then you can add a different variety of fruits to it. Like we have added pineapple.
Uh-huh.
You can add apples.
Okay.
Like this is the berry season.
Oh.
You can add a little bit of chopped blueberries. You can add a
Okay.
little bit of strawberries.
Great.
So you will have a variety of ferment
Uh-huh.
with the basic sauerkraut.
Okay.
And then how you can use it?
Yeah. How
You
to
can
incorporate
just
into
assemble a quick salad. Like
Yeah.
my family is really fond of salads. My children, they really want a salad on the table. And after, like, as I'm working now, I don't have that much of energy when I land up home
Yeah.
at home. So I just tell my didi to keep ready some leaves. That's it. And then I pull out. I don't even look at the ferments. I just pull out the jars from the
Okay.
fridge, put two tablespoons of each,
Uh-huh.
mix everything, top it up with some seeds, and
Okay.
then your salad is ready. You
Wow.
don't need to add any dressing.
Oh.
The liquids are full of taste,
Right.
full of probiotics. They're
Right.
so good for your health, and they
Okay.
are just a ready-made food.
Mhm.
Yes. See how we can. I'm going to show you how we assemble a salad, and then
Yeah.
let's taste. So these are some leaves, lettuce leaves, and then we're going to add these. Some icebergs, romaine lettuce, whatever you have your hands on. You can add. Okay, this is the recipe that we have
What
made.
we just did, yes.
Yes. 1 tablespoon of this. So you're going to mix up everything.
There's no salt required.
No, because
It
probiotic,
already
this brine
has
already has salt. Rather, it will just balance because we have added the leaves.
Leaves, yeah.
So
right,
everything
yeah.
will balance. It will not feel sour,
Uh-huh.
and it will be covered. So you can add some lentils, boiled lentils or
Okay.
sprouts,
Okay.
any chickpeas, any
Uh-huh.
kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
You can add boiled potatoes.
Okay.
This is the option. This is just to make your salad more,
More
fibrous,
filling,
more
yeah.
protein rich.
Yeah.
Everything is to taste. Just top it up with some sesame seeds. These are roasted sesame
Roasted.
seeds.
Yes. Okay.
And these are some caramelized sunflower seeds. You can just add roasted as well, simple
Okay.
roasted.
Okay. Okay.
But I
These are
have just
camel-
added a little bit of sugar to it
Right.
to balance the sour and flavor of
Nice.
ferment. So you can also roast these and keep it in your fridge. Like they
Yeah.
last for a month. I'm saying they don't get crap. They don't get
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
rancid.
You keep it in the fridge.
Yes. So these are just plain seeds roasted on a very high flame,
Okay.
and then you add up just a teaspoon, just a little bit of oil, and just a handful, like sprinkle of sugar.
Sugar. Oh, yeah.
And then they just sugar sticks to the seeds and they taste out yummy and crunchy. And then top it up with some microgreens and your salad is ready. And here is your wonderful platter of salad.
Okay. Now you're coming to the drink segment.
Yes.
So what are you going to show us?
So I'm gonna share a recipe of a very easy drink,
Yes.
very refreshing, and
Okay.
again a tropical one.
Right.
So this is a Mexican drink called tepache, whatever you want to call it, made only with pineapple peels. So you can get hold of pineapple peels from your local juice vendor. Like that's the easiest to
Yes.
get, because normally we don't use pineapples at our home.
Right. Yeah.
So, and you can use the peels from the sauerkraut that you will make, yes, with the pineapple. So the basic formula is per liter of water you can take 50 grams of sugar. That's the ideal.
Okay.
And around for 1 liter, around 20-30 grams of pineapple.
Pineapple.
So roughly we have a 5 liter jar here,
Mhm.
and around fill it up to the brim,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna add pineapple peels. These are thoroughly washed. Just wash them once because it might have some dirt
Right.
in there. So we're gonna just put the pineapple peels. It's the easiest drink you can make.
Okay. I'm
Yes,
looking
at the
forward.
blink of an eye. Yes. So this is 200 grams of sugar. We don't use white sugar. We use desi khand,
Khand.
which is non-refined
Yeah.
and full of minerals, molasses. So
making
you can add a variety of spices from your kitchen.
Uh-huh.
Bay leaves,
Yeah.
star anise,
Mhm.
cinnamon,
Okay.
cardamom. You
And
can
the
add some
chilies?
peppercorn. Chili is just to give that hint of, like, you know, a little bit of punch at the
Okay.
back. This is completely optional. If you
Okay.
don't want to add, don't add. So just a little bit of star anise, cinnamon, 2-3 cardamoms, bay leaves. That's it. And just give it a gentle stir. So use a cotton cloth to secure it,
Okay.
to keep away the flies and
Okay.
thing.
Uh-huh.
This needs a little bit of air
Oh, it does.
because it's a yeast-based fermentation,
Okay.
and the yeast need air. Then
Uh-huh.
they eat sugar in the drink,
Uh-huh.
and then they release carbon dioxide and make alcohol.
Oh.
So that is what's gonna ferment our drink and
Okay.
make it, you know, fizzy. So you have to just secure it like this and keep it again.
Not
on
close
your-
it tightly.
No, it's just to let the air
Pass,
seep
yeah.
in, because as I said,
It needs
it's an
air.
aerobic fermentation. We need
Okay.
oxygen.
Right.
So you just secure it and again keep it at your kitchen counter for roughly 2 days, I think. Then you can just taste it a bit. It should be a little bit of tang, it should have a little bit of tang in it,
Okay.
and then I think it's ready. And then you just sieve everything, bottle it,
Uh-huh.
bottle it in very strong bottles, like which can bear the pressure, because it's gonna release a lot of carbon dioxide, and then just seal them. So when this is called primary fermentation,
Mhm.
and this is called secondary fermentation.
Okay. So
Now-
the process continues.
Yes. So in secondary fermentation,
Mhm.
you can add more flavor to your drink.
Okay.
As it is, pineapple tapaj is very yummy
Right.
because it has a very subtle pineapple flavor and
Yeah.
very refreshing.
Hmm.
But still, you want to enhance it with more flavors.
Yeah.
You can experiment with, you know, lots of ingredients. Like I have added basil.
Okay.
I have tried with strawberries, strawberry
same
and
drink?
basil.
Uh-huh.
Yes, you just put your tapaj in
This
it.
one has cucumber.
This has cucumber and basil.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
and you can. I tried with roasted cumin.
Okay.
Yes, and then a little bit of ginger.
Mhm.
It's gonna give me like a masala soda kind of feel.
Okay.
Yes. So you get a, you know, array of flavors.
So this is the base drink.
Yes.
And okay,
Yes.
the variations are there.
So this
Wow.
again, once you fill it,
Uh-huh.
again let it sit on your kitchen counter
For how many
for
days?
1 day. 1 day is
1 day.
enough.
Okay.
See-
2 days for this,
Huh.
the basic drink. and-
So basic temperature range is 18 degrees
okay.
till 22 degrees. That's
Okay.
the ideal range of fermentation.
Okay.
But if your kitchen is warmer,
Yeah.
the tapaj will get ready
So
quickly.
how do we make
quicker.
it there in summer, like in this kind of heat?
So in this kind of heat, it's maximum 24 hours to, you know, 36 hours. Your
Okay.
ferment will be ready. First
Uh-huh.
ferment.
Uh-huh.
The best guide is taste. You
Mhm.
just taste and you get the tang in the water.
Right.
The sugar will be, you know, very less,
Mhm.
but you will get the tangy flavor.
Mhm.
And then you just sieve it, discard the ingredients,
Right.
and then just
Bottle it.
bottle it. Bottle
Okay.
it. Bottle it as it is,
Uh-huh.
or you just add more flavors to it.
Right.
And then, I mean, let it sit 1 more day on your kitchen counter and see, you have like a fridge full of so many drinks.
Healthy drinks.
Healthy, yes,
Healthy,
of course.
homemade drink.
Probiotic, healthy
Yeah.
drinks, just with pineapple peels and a little bit
Wow.
of sugar, of course. So, you want me to
Try out?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. Let's. I am. So this is my strawberry and basil,
Basil.
tapach. Oh, just look at the fizz. Guys, this is naturally
Wow, this is
carbonation. This is natural
natural.
carbon dioxide. This is not carbonated externally, and I think it's a bliss every time you open the bottle.
Look at this.
So let's taste.
Yes.
I'm gonna try a bit.
So refreshing. One thing, we don't have bottles like this with these lids at home. So what do we do? Is there any alternative?
Yeah, of course. So at home we have so many bottles, come with juice, market bottles that we already have in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Or you can buy these simple flip top bottles from
Okay.
any any crockery shop,
Yeah.
and then you can. These are very good. They sustain the carbonation very well.
All right.
Or you can use simple bottles with a lid. Any bottle with
Okay.
a tight lid
Okay.
will do.
Right.
Yes,
okay.
any bottle. I reuse all the bottles. I make a lot of stuff at home. I keep telling everyone, don't throw any bottles, don't discard. So we
This
keep
one looks
reusing.
good. This one looks
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I mean, this
but,
is a bit
but-
of classy.
Yeah, the
because
presentation
at the
wise.
cafe,
yeah.
we use these.
But of course, if you
Yes, but
don't have
otherwise,
those, you can
any
use
bottle does
anything.
it.
This.
But
and-
it should be a little bit strong. That's
okay.
it.
That lid should
Yes,
be
yes.
tight.
The lid should be tight.
Great.
Yeah.
Coming to the last segment where I get to taste, and
Yes.
it's my favorite segment, by the way.
Fingers crossed.
So, to jog my memory, since we have made so many things, so can you just tell me about the recipe of sauerkraut?
So, as I said, for sauerkraut, the basic thing is cabbage,
Yeah,
salt, and any spices that you like.
right.
So, if you want to add any other vegetable or fruit, which
Uh-huh.
would be around 20 to 30%. Like if you are
Okay.
taking 1 kg of cabbage, you can add 200 grams of carrot juliennes
Yeah.
or radish juliennes
Yeah,
or pineapple juliennes or apples,
Uh-huh.
anything just to give that variation.
Yeah.
Otherwise, cabbage is good in itself.
Right.
And then salt, as I said, it's 1.5 to 3%. So
Yeah.
2% is the ideal range.
Uh-huh.
So if you're taking 1 kg of cabbage, 20 grams of salt.
Salt,
That is
yeah.
that you need.
Yeah.
So and then you need an appropriate size jar, and
Yeah.
then you have to press it, mix everything,
Yeah.
press it hard so that everything remains submerged
Yeah.
in its own
And
brine.
then the brine. Yeah.
Yes. So the basic formula is chop, salt, pack, and wait.
Forget it. Yes.
Wait with patience.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's
and
right.
caution.
Yeah. For
And
2 days at
Yes,
least.
yes,
At
2
least,
days.
Yes.
So that's the
Let me taste.
recipe.
Lovely. It's hard to say that it doesn't. I mean, you haven't used any dressing, but it is so nice.
It has a subtle notes of pineapple
Mm.
and everything mixed. It's giving such a nice fresh feel.
Tangy. Yeah, it's fresh.
So it's your bowl of probiotic salad.
Health for health.
Yes.
So suppose I don't like salad and I'm not in the mood to have salad. So how do I incorporate fermented veggies
See,
to my diet?
whatever you're making as a meal,
Yeah.
supposingly it's just a simple platter of dal and chawal.
Right.
Just put 2 tablespoons of your ferment on your rice,
Uh-huh.
add your dal to it, and eat it. It'll taste, I'm telling you, it'll taste awesome.
Okay.
If you're making any sandwiches,
Mhm.
just after you make your sandwich, after you
Yeah.
toast it,
Yeah.
just lift a piece and add a layer of sauerkraut.
Okay.
Any sauerkraut.
Okay.
And you taste. It will give you that crunch.
Mhm.
It will give you that different flavor, a very deep flavor profile.
Yeah.
Yeah. From anything to everything, it can be, used with anything.
Okay, just use a little bit of imagination and that's
Yes. You don't have to even imagine, just whatever is on your palate,
it. We add.
pull out the sauerkraut and add it as a side dish.
Great.
I think it's, that's the beauty of it.
Amazing. It's versatile. Yes.
Yes. So just few minutes in a week or
Yeah.
maybe 10 days.
Yeah.
Few minutes, like 15-20 minutes,
Mhm.
and you are sorted for a week or I think for a year.
So the benefits, talking about the benefits, health benefits.
So as I said,
gut friendly.
Yes.
It is. Yeah.
as I said, these fermentation, since it's just more and more of bacteria
Mhm.
multiplying. So these are the same bacteria which are found in our intestine.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're eating any fermented food,
Yeah.
you are giving a dose of good, bacteria to your system.
Right.
So these are the bacteria which aid in digestion, which help your gut remain healthy.
Yeah.
So it's just additional benefit.
Yeah.
That's the thing of the fermented foods. Yeah.
So for healthy food, you know where to come.